You're listening to Tavern Sports Radio Network.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Show me the money! Welcome to the 47th episode of the Show Me the Money podcast, brought to you by Tavern Sports. Let's get a quick check of the locks. Myself, I am 5-4-1. Tyler, you're 4-4. Clark, who couldn't be here tonight, is 5-3. Ethan, can you try to get a lock from him, please? Of course, Parker's been on a hiatus. Cole, you've also been on a hiatus, but you're back this week. You're 1-3. And John improved to 3. I'm really glad that my ear got that. John, you bounce back. You're 3-2.
Guys, I'm going to go fucking 87-0 from here on out. Football is back.
87 weeks of football. Let's fucking go, dude.
Dude, I hit everything.
That'd be lit. Quick MLB check-in, just because it's a little dig at the boss man around here. The White Sox. I think they're still on pace to be the worst team in the history of the league, which is cool. But they are officially eliminated from contention for the AL Central Division title, which means they are dead.
They are
but
dead.
Hey, they won a game.
Yeah, against the Yankees, right?
They
They
snap
beat
their
the shit out of the Yankees.
They snapped their losing streak, and then they beat the Yankees like 12-2. So, shout out White Sox, baby. Not our year. Not our year.
Never
Anyway,
is.
let's move on to
It's
something that is
Cubby
so
Town.
much more important, which is football, because it's back, baby. Preseason's on right now. College is
do
what?
UFC or
We're going straight into football for this one.
Oh.
We're going straight into it. College is what, a week away? Week
yeah,
0?
week 0 next week.
So it's fucking go time, boys. Let's do our NFL digs, and then we can get into the UFC. 305.
We're doing 2 sets of NFL this week, so it's gonna be a while.
Oh boy.
Let's do NFL, UFC, NFL. Break it up a little bit.
I like a little UFC sandwich. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. All right. So we're gonna do the AFC North. That only leaves us the East, and we'll save that one for John. So
Yeah.
the Ravens, the Ravens are your favorites, plus 145. Bengals are second, plus 165. Browns at plus 450, and the Stellars are plus 750 for the Yenzers. It's not the Steelers' year. It's just not.
I mean, if they get Ayuk, it definitely could be, but I don't know. The more this Ayuk shit rolls on, the more I think he's just going to be another 49er. So,
well, they were also saying 2 weeks ago Justin was going to be the starting quarterback, and now he's fucking running routes. So,
yeah, the
Maybe
guy's
he'll be
been
sick though. Human joystick, Justin Fields, who knows? I'd
Never
see
know.
it.
black
Little kick
mobile
return.
quarterbacks being switched to wide receiver. Name a better duo.
slightly racist. Had to have been.
Fucking Terrell Pryor was sick that one year though.
He was a good little waiver wire.
NFL record for longest rushing touchdown by a quarterback. 93 yards.
And then he became a wide receiver.
Then he became a wide receiver.
Let's check in on those Steelers. Let's start at them at the bottom.
We're gonna start at the bottom. Oh fuck. Win total 8.5. So if they go under, it'd be the first time ever in Tomlin's tenure that they do not go over 500. They flirted with it last year, right? They got 9 wins last year.
Didn't they tie? No, they didn't. They go 8-8.
They tied.
They went 8-8-1 last year.
Oh yeah, because the joke was they still found a way to go 500. You guys are 100% right. I don't think it's happening this year, boys. I think the streak.
I don't either.
I think the buck ends here. Week 1.
It was a hell of a run, dude, though. Like, that's the thing. You got to look at it as, like, it was a hell of a run.
Yo,
Tomlin's
20
on the
years
outs.
or some shit like that.
Yeah. Couple
Damn near
Super
20
Bowls.
years.
Not dead yet. Let's break it down, Josh. Who we got week 1?
Falcons at the Falcons. And the
Lost.
Falcons just added 2 studs this week on defense.
Matthew Judon and who was second?
Simmons. Justin Simmons.
Gotcha. That's right.
Oh, shit, I didn't know they added Simmons.
It happened today.
Judon's a problem.
Yeah, the fact that they
I'm
got him
so
for a
glad he's out of the
third,
East. They got him
The
for
fa-
nothing.
It's
Yeah.
because
Literally
the
fucking
Patriots,
nothing.
The Patriots didn't want to pay Judon because their rebuild year, and the Falcons needed somebody like this on their D line. So
Matthew Judon not being a Bear right now and it only costs a third-round pick is fucking crazy.
yeah, that is upsetting. Him and Montez Sweat would have been crazy on the D line. But I think Falcons I think the Falcons are favored in that game already.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
So
2.5.
I'm going to give that one to the Falcons. 2.5, you said, John?
2.5.
Yeah. So I like the Falcons there.
I like the Falcons there as well.
Yeah, I like this new look Falcons team. I mean, maybe Kirk isn't there, and you get Penix. And
Is
maybe
he
get him.
is he not cleared for week 1? I mean, I know he's coming off an Achilles, and it's going to be the first time like going with these guys, but
I don't know.
I hear different
was gonna
things
be
every day. It changes. It sounds like so. I don't think he's playing any preseason games, so like they're trying to give him the most amount of rest.
well, I mean, there is a chance then for the Steelers there if Kirk has to get into the rhythm of game speed again with receivers he's never thrown to at that pace. So I actually, just saying, with the Steelers offense being a massive question mark and the Falcons defense wasn't the best last year, I bet this game goes under and it's a slugfest.
So I was about to. So the total of this is 42.5. I love that under.
Way
Because
under.
you mentioned how bad the Falcons defense was last season, and it's going to be crazy good this season with everything they've added. So you got two top tier defenses, I think, going after each other with two really lackluster offenses. I don't know much about the Steelers' offensive line, but the Falcons' offensive line isn't anything special.
Steelers O-line is going to be good, and they have Artie Smith, who came from the Falcons, right? And he is really good in the run game. So I actually think Najee and Jalen Warren are going to have 2 good years this year in that offense, especially if Russell Wilson and Justin Fields can't throw the ball worth a fuck. And they don't get Ayuk. If they get Ayuk, they're going to sling the ball around because you paid Ayuk, you're going to use him. But I actually think
who are their receivers? Because Deontay left in free agency.
Don't they have Van Jefferson?
Did they get Van Jefferson?
I
know
so.
Van Jefferson's not a Ram anymore, but
I'm pretty sure Van Jefferson's there. Hang on, I'm pulling up the depth chart.
Calvin Austin, Tariq Black, Dez Fitzpatrick, Van Jefferson,
Quez Watkins, Scotty
Miller,
there. And he's shifty.
Scotty.
He's sneaky athletic.
Yeah, dude. He'll give you 1 catch for 9 yards.
I'm just telling you, if the Steelers popped out with Artie Smith week 1 and went wing T with Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, and pissed Pickens off on the outside and only threw the ball to Ayuk, only threw the ball to Muth, and just ran an Iowa-style offense, there's a chance they find the over here. Just ground and pound it. It will never happen, but it would be.
There's no shot the over ever comes into play here. One more thing on Scotty Miller. He's sneaky athletic, just so you guys know that.
Yeah. I think we just spent 11 minutes on Steelers Falcons. So
no
let's
way. We're not even 11 minutes into this episode. Week 2.
Giving them the L. Giving them the L at the Falcons.
Yeah.
Week 2 at Denver. Denver's going to be one of the worst teams in the country this year. That's the first dub. They're 1-1.
Agreed.
Week 3, finally at home in front of all those maniacs out there in Pittsburgh, hosting the Chargers and Harbaugh.
They're getting 2.5 points on this.
Are they really?
Yeah, the line's 2.5.
Out?
I'm looking at it. I mean, that's what I've got lines for all this for the whole season right now.
2.5 point home dogs preseason.
No. They're favored.
They're
They're giving to. Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think if the books like it as a favorite, I think we can give them that one. But I think that one's gonna be real coin flippy.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. I think their defense is better than the Chargers' defense.
I don't think so. I think Justin Herbert's going to fucking dime piece them.
To who? Fucking Lad McConkey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter.
Sneaky athletic.
Yeah, I
Sneak.
think that game beating Pittsburgh definitely helps Pittsburgh. I don't know, coin flip it, but I could see the Steelers getting that one.
Yeah, I like the Steelers.
Hell.
John, break the tie. Are we going L or dub?
I'm gonna give a loss there. I like the Chargers.
That's actually the tie. I was fucking wrong. So,
You know what? I've thought about it, Pepe Le bitch. Why don't you go ahead and break my arm?
all right, let's move on to week 4 for sake. We don't know. 1-1-1. We'll call them. That's their tie. 1-1-1.
Tie in there somewhere.
It's a very Steelers move. Week 4 at Indianapolis is Anthony
They're
Richardson
1.5
still
point
playing
underdog.
football? Is Anthony Richardson still playing football at this point? Probably fucking not.
Yeah, no.
I honestly think the Steelers could win this game, even though they haven't won. I mean, they won last year in Lucas Oil, but before that, they traditionally don't win in
No
Lucas
way.
Oil. But also, Peyton Manning used to be in Lucas Oil, so I don't know. I would say this one is, like the books are saying, again, very coin flippy. I can't give them a win. I think Shane Steichen and the Colts, with a fully back Jonathan Taylor and presumably healthy Anthony Richardson, could win this.
Well, and they also got Michael Pittman and fucking who's that kid that went off last year? He was like a 4th round pick. I don't know. He was pretty good. I think between the Chargers game and the Indy game, they lose one, and I think they're more likely to lose to Indy. I think they start 2-2.
I'm fine with that. Calling it a split.
Yeah. I'll agree
I
for
agree with that. I
time's
like
sake.
it. I like it.
Their first night game, October
Yeah.
6th, against the Cowboys, America's fucking team, baby.
Home against Cowgirls. Not a chance in fucking hell.
No, absolutely not.
Loss.
Absolutely not. Lost.
Moving on.
Absolutely. Moving on into Las Vegas.
Win.
Yeah, at Vegas.
Beat
Yeah.
the Raiders.
I don't know, man.
This one is
Gardner gonna be
the
slinging
line
that
on this
thing.
is actually a coin flip. It's even.
I think this is a W for the Steelers.
I do too. The Steelers
No.
defense is just
Yeah.
so good.
Yep.
Oh, their
All the
quarterback's Jimmy G, isn't
Yinzers
it?
traveling to Vegas.
Yeah, that's going to be not an away game for the Steelers.
No, God, no.
There's gonna be a lot more terrible towels than fucking Raiders.
Yeah. I think that's actually a win for the Steelers there because you have to take away Devontae Adams, and I don't know what else the Raiders are going to hit you with.
I was gonna say I saw a breakdown of their preseason game last year, and they were using Mayer and Bowers as like just a freak set. Sometimes they had both of them in, sometimes they were splitting one out, splitting both out. I mean, yes, Devontae is their only like true wide receiver, but Mayer and Bowers were the top tight end prospects in the last 2 drafts for a reason. Like they are athletic freaks, both of them in their own right. So it's not like they don't have anybody there, but they don't have anybody in the backfield. I mean, their running back is Zamir White. They have an open quarterback competition. A lot of people like Gardner. It could still end up being Aiden, but I fucking doubt it. There's just too many question marks.
If this game is Aiden O'Connell, they're not gonna win this game. Also, this is what, week 5? Watt will be healthy in week 5. So I think Watt blows through this Raiders O-line.
It's week 6. Are you sure Watt doesn't blow an Achilles in week
Watt's
5
healthy
against
week
Dallas?
6. He's like an 8 to 10 injury guy. And then there's question marks about him coming back for like week 16, 17 usually.
Yeah. I think the Raiders win this. The Steelers win this, and let's move on to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah, the following one is at home versus the Jets. I know I'm going to be in the minority here. I like the Steelers.
No, the Jets are going to be good this year.
until Aaron tears his fucking Achilles on the fourth
I think
play.
the Jets are going to be okay. I think they're going to win this game.
Jets defense is going to be able to shut down this.
Yeah, the Jets
offense.
defense is sick. The Jets defense is they're so young and they're so good.
Sauce Gardner versus Pickens and fucking.
This will be a
Fryer-
low-scoring, rainy October Sunday night football game, and I think the Jets win this one, probably 21-10.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
want to be outranked, but I kind of like the Steelers here. I do. I think it's a sneaky one. We can't just go chalk.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not.
After the Jets loss that you guys are giving them, they host the other New York team, the Giants.
They're going to
Win.
get a win on that one.
Win.
Dubs.
Yeah.
So we got them at 4-4 going into their bye week. Week 9's their bye. That's a pretty good bye. It's a good bye.
They'll win that. They'll win that. They'll win the bye.
Win.
Win the bye week.
Win.
I think they.
Then
win
they
the
go
bye
to the
week.
Commanders.
Here. Oh, this is TJ Watt's fucking leg right here.
Is it? It's at.
It's
It's
at.
at Washington.
Oh fuck yeah! TJ Watt's career is going to end in week 10.
But
but-
hey, at least we don't have to factor him in for the rest of the year. So
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I still think the Steelers win this one. They gut it out for TJ's broken in half leg.
yeah, I mean, watching TJ get carted off the field in like the third quarter is gonna suck, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I-
nasty too. He's gonna be coming off the edge, playing his foot, and his knee's gonna go the opposite way. It's gonna be so disgusting.
yeah. Let's give this one to the Steelers and move on.
We gave
the
it this.
Following week, they're hosting the Ravens. And I
Lost.
think this is their first division game.
Yeah.
No TJ Watt. No TJ
Gonna
Watt.
be a tough
That's a
stretch.
loss.
Tough division stretch when your whole back half of your schedule is loaded with the division.
Bears
so
are the
we
same
have them
way.
We have them at 5, and they're at what, 8.5 win total.
Correct.
I don't think they win at the Ravens.
That's later in the season.
Okay,
The thing,
I don't think-
is, they're going to get 2 from the division. I think.
I think they'll beat Cincinnati because for some reason they always seem to find a way to beat Cincinnati.
I think
The
they get the
Ravens-
Browns once.
Yeah.
the Ravens should be able to sweep the Steelers, but I think the Steelers go 2-4 or 3-3 in the division.
I think 2-4 is more likely than 3-3. But I agree.
Yeah. So let's give them an L here for now.
Well, I
Yep.
gave them an L later because you said there's no way they win
Okay.
in Baltimore.
Gotcha. So we can give them this win, but I doubt it.
The following week is in Cleveland. They usually alternate. The Steelers typically win in Cleveland. The Browns typically win in Pittsburgh. So I'm good with giving them a win on this one.
I think this will be a split regardless. If Cleveland's defense is still Cleveland's defense at home, I think they split. I don't know where it's at, but I think they split.
I agree.
I'm good. with that.
Doo-doo. Iowa just handed the number 1 DN.
Wow. How about them Hawkeyes?
How about them Hawks? John, you want to be a
All right.
Hawks fan, buddy? I know you're looking for a home, man.
I am looking for a home.
2025 class, baby. Here we go. The 6'4", 235-pound edge rusher, baby.
Is he a 5-star at least?
Yes.
Fuck,
He'll
he'll
be-
be his commitment. He'll be
Yeah.
He'll be in Alabama or Georgia. Don't worry.
He'll be at Clemson when we lose to fucking Purdue. So,
Yeah.
at least we
So-
got him for now. But anyway, back to the Steelers.
Yeah, after they win in Cleveland, they go to Cincinnati the following week.
I think again I don't actually. They got to get swept by one team to go 2-4.
It's going to be the Ravens, I think.
I think they're going to get swept by Baltimore, and they're going to split with Cincy and Cleveland.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, that's the most likely. Even though the Bengals are the favorite to win the division, I just think the Ravens.
No, the
Have the-
Ravens are the favorite.
Really? Okay. I think the
I mean,
Ravens
it's
have
basically the
fucking-
same, and they had the same win total. So
I think the Ravens have the juice to get it done twice, whereas Cincy might crumble once. So Where else do we have that's not a conference game at the end of the schedule?
The only non-conference left, or there's two at Philadelphia following. So they go into Cincy, then home against Cleveland. So they get Cleveland twice in 3 weeks. And then at Philadelphia, battle for Pennsylvania.
Loss.
Yeah.
I'm fine with a loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think on it, the Eagles could come out and fraud all year, but I'm fine giving them a loss. It's less. It's not. It's more likely
It's
they
safe.
don't fraud, but they could fraud. So
what's that put us at? How many wins were we able to find?
I think that's 9 losses.
1, 2.
So that's
Well,
eight
so
and
following. Hang on, guys. Hang on. So following at the Eagles, they're at Baltimore, which we already said a loss, and then week 17 they're home against Kansas City, another loss. Yeah, and then week 18 is against the Bengals. We have a split with the Bengals. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 losses.
That's what I said.
And that was with us stretching to find wins in some of those coin flip games. So I'm heavily on the under here.
The only way they go over is if they go 4-0 or 3-1 in the first 4.
Well,
Or they can run the football and get like vintage Russ, and TJ Watt holds up.
That's what I'm saying. They need a healthy TJ, and they need one of their 2 quarterbacks to step up, which I'm out on both of them, really. So I think they traded 1 bad quarterback and got 2 below average quarterbacks instead. And they're going to have to fight that battle all year long of who does what. And if you don't have a guy in the locker room that you can point to, say, that's the fucker leading the ship, you're not going to be able to get it done. So I think we all agree.
Even if you can point at Russ, I don't trust Russ anymore to get shit done.
Yeah. So I think we all agree under, because we stretched to find them 8 wins.
Yeah, under.
Yep, under.
Okay.
Do we want to go back to the top or want to go bottom up here?
Bottom up.
All right.
Big
Next is the
bottom up.
Browns. They, again, are plus 450 to win the division. They are also win total 8.5. They get week 1 Dallas. Not a shot in hell, right?
Loss.
No, absolutely not.
Week 2 at Jacksonville.
Win.
Loss.
I think they win that game.
You think they win?
And Jacksonville's going to
split.
stink.
I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, the child toucher, or sorry, he didn't touch children. The alleged sexual predator, allegedly, should be playing football.
I don't know. This dude, his shoulder is fucked. And I don't know who's the backup there. Oh, it's
Jameis. They got Jameis.
Well,
and they
or
got
Huntley.
They got a lot of crabs.
I think they're better with Huntley or Jameis even over Deshaun.
Yeah.
Deshaun's played like 12 games for the Browns. That's it.
Yeah.
He's made a fuck ton of money, though.
Yeah.
And we got to take a note here, guys. We don't know for sure when Nick Chubb will be up 100%. Or if he'll ever be 100% after that free
I don't
play
think
injury.
he'll play. Uh-uh.
I mean, he's projected to, but it's what they do with his caseload that's going to be interesting. However, I think Jacksonville is pissed, and I want to give this game to the Browns.
Browns win.
You want to give it to the Browns?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like it.
All right, that's fine by me. Week 3, hosting the Giants.
Win.
I think it's a loss.
I think it's a win because it's
a
at
win.
home.
It's
And
at
their
home.
defense-
The Browns defense is sick. The Giants, I think offensively they're gonna be bad.
So bad.
Okay, but their defensive line is the Giants' defensive
Dude,
line.
you've got
is
a
so
banker as their
ungodly.
fucking quarterback, bro.
Baker is neither of those teams' quarterbacks.
That
A
is
Baker.
banker. BANK.
Oh,
oh,
gotcha.
anchor.
Because Daniel Jones is the nerdiest motherfucker on the planet.
Sneaky athletic though.
Nah, not really.
I actually think
High
they win
football
this one
IQ.
because it's at home.
Duke boy.
I think they win this at home. Just their defense will be too good.
Y'all are already going to trend this over. I can feel it already.
I
Week
like the
4
Browns here.
at Las Vegas. I think that's an easy win.
I think that's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Week 5 at Washington.
Yes.
It's a toss-up.
Chubb's back. His ACL's gone here.
I still think this is a win. Nobody's covering Amari Cooper on the
You're right.
outside.
Dude, Cooper's washed. Cooper's so washed.
He's not.
He
But
is.
He's
you
not.
can hold that
Absolutely
shitty
not.
opinion.
I will. I'm Amari. I hate their entire wide receiver core other than Dante's Peoples-Jones.
Well, you just named one of the worst receivers on their team.
I
So
disagree.
okay.
Totally disagree. Jerry Judy's a fucking bum. Has been since he got in the league.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna fight you on that one.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna fight you on that one.
I don't
Amari
think
Cooper,
Jerry
Amari
Judy's a
Cooper used to
bum.
be good, but he's over the hump. Amari Cooper's over the hump.
Didn't he have like
I-
238 yards against fucking Houston last year?
Josh, I want you to know in 15 games last year, Amari Cooper had 72 receptions for 1,250 yards, averaging 17.36 yards per catch with 5 touchdowns.
What did he do
If
against
he's-
Houston? Look what he
I
did
don't
against
know.
Houston.
I can't tell you that exactly,
Oh,
but
my gosh.
if he's washed, then I want to be washed, and I want a washed receiver on my team. I think the Browns win this one, and you're slandering Amari Cooper
I
for
think
no
that
reason.
Amari Cooper is not a good not a good football player anymore.
Not a good quarterback.
1,250 yards and 7 touchdowns is terrible, I guess.
Where are we at? We
One
still on
loss.
Washington? We still on
Yeah.
Washington?
I think they're going to beat Washington.
I think they beat Washington because Washington is just a bad football team.
Next one.
Yeah.
At Philadelphia, can we give them a loss now,
Loss.
or
Yeah.
is
Loss.
that okay? Versus Cincinnati.
Loss.
I think they
Split.
split.
Loss.
I think they split with Cincinnati.
Versus the Ravens.
Lost.
Agreed.
I actually think
Versus-
the Browns. I think the Browns go 3-3 in the division. I really do.
Yeah.
Home against the Chargers.
Win.
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 Fine with a win. Bye week, week 10, another good bye week. Week 11 at New Orleans.
Win.
Ooh.
You know what? Loss. I'm going loss.
That's going to be an under game for sure.
Yeah.
Under all over
Who's
it. But I'm
in
cool
New
with
Orleans'
giving
quarterback
them
right now? Is it Derek
Derek
Carr?
Carr.
I heard Derek Carr's on the trade market.
The Vikings supposedly inquired about him, but
Spencer Rattler, baby.
And Sammy D, though.
Spencer
Could be-
Rattler.
well, they don't know if Sammy D is going to be good enough. So
Sammy
I'm-
D's electric.
I'm good with giving them a loss here, just because I think it's coin flippy and it's on the road.
And their defense does not play defense on the road. That's a fact.
They
say-
can't do that shit 2 years in a row. I'm not going to bet on their defense being bad on the road 2 years in a row, but I'm good with this being a loss. What's next?
Week 12, home against the Stellars.
I like the 3-3 in the division. I think we skip it. Give them 3 losses.
Week
Who knows
13
who's
at
winning?
Denver, a little let Russ cook revenge game. Danger Russ.
What?
Russ is
Oh,
not on the Browns.
We're on the Browns. We're on the Browns.
I think they get the dub next one.
At the Stellars.
Split.
Split.
Split 3-3.
Week 15, Kansas City. Fat loss.
Loss.
Yeah.
16, Cincinnati. We already gave them a split. Week 17, Miami. Tyler, what do you think about Miami here?
At Miami or at
Oh, it's at Cleveland.
It's north. Miami finishes their entire season north, not in domes.
that's a W because Miami can't play out in the cold.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's a fact.
Cleveland
They
won.
just can't. They literally can't.
They can't win. If it was in Miami, it'd be a loss, but it's on at home, it's a W.
Week 18 at Baltimore.
3-3.
What's
we
that?
got?
Put them at
So I have 8 losses, and I have more losses than you guys took. So
over.
I like 8 losses. That makes sense. 9-8. That sounds right.
Yeah.
This is a tippy division. This is
It
a
really
really
is.
tippy division. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of, besides the top 2, and even them, I think they're both going to be close to 11 or 10. So if this
Like-
division went 11 wins, 10 wins, 9 wins, 8 wins, it wouldn't surprise me.
Like the Steelers, I think their entire win total is dependent on the first 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah. Which, if their defense can play on the road this year, they're going to be fine. So we took the over. You guys, or Josh, you thinking under, though?
I'm thinking don't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, who's playing quarterback?
Was it 8.5? It was 8.5.
8.5, yeah. It's just
Yeah,
we don't know
I mean,
who's playing quarterback. We don't know when or if Nick Chubb's coming back, and if he does come back, like, what version are we getting? I don't like their receiving core. We've made that known, and we don't know if their defense is going to play on the road. There's just too many question marks for me.
I kind of like the under just because I think it's a good line. But like, looking at the schedule, there's no way they get to 10 wins. So I think 9 is your max. I'm not touching that one.
I'm saying over, but I'm not going to bet this over because this line does feel sharp.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I've given picks on every single one. Like, whether I'm not going to bet 90% of the ones because there's some I just don't know about. So if I'm saying to stay away from it, really don't fucking touch it. Like,
but if I'm going through that schedule, I think on paper they're gonna get 9, but I'm not confident enough in what Deshaun or whoever will be. I think this could be like if they come out week 1 and 2 and look good, maybe take the over if it hasn't jumped, or if it does jump to 10 on the nuts, you take the under. They feel like a really good team to like live bet 2 or 3 weeks into the season.
I mean, if you get to week 5 and they're somehow 4-1, which would mean they stole one off of the Giants, basically. I mean, then the over's probably a lock at that point because they're gonna beat up the division.
Yeah, I'm good with that saying don't touch it, but I'm leaning towards the over.
Well, let's go to the Bengals. It sounds like it's a lot of stay away or better beware from all of us. Bengals, your second favorite, plus 165, over under 10.5. Week 1 is basically a bye week. They get the Patriots, and probably Jacoby.
W.
Dubs. Week 2 at the Chiefs.
L. Burrow.
I think Burrow. I think when we did.
I think Burrow gets this one.
Yeah, give me the Bengals.
Week 3, Trey Hendricks loses his ACL this week. They're in Cincinnati versus Washington. I think it's a dub. I think they're 3-0.
That's a dub.
They become 4-0 when they trounce the Panthers in Carolina.
Yep.
Week 5, home versus the Ravens.
Split.
I like a split.
I think they split with the Ravens.
Yep.
So that, based off what we said on the Browns and the Steelers, that has us having them split in the division.
I think they go 4-2.
I think it's a 4-2 or a split.
I think they're
more likely to go 4-2 than split.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas, where I thought the Steelers were more likely to go 2-4 than 3-3.
Because we talked about the Steelers either losing both to the Ravens or the Bengals. Either is possible. So for this schedule breakdown, if we give both of them to the Bengals, it wouldn't piss me off.
Week 6 at the Giants.
Win.
The Giants are going to be bad.
Yeah.
All right. Week 7 at the Browns. I think it's a dub.
Yeah.
I think they're good. I do think they'll split with the Browns. I do think they split with the Browns.
Yeah. They split with the Browns and Ravens. They can go 4-2 in the division. So
yeah. Well, I'll give them a loss here because it's at Cleveland, so the Browns have home field. Week 8 versus Philly.
I think that's a win.
Home.
I think that's
a win.
I think it's going to be a really good game. I think Philly's going to lose a step this year. I think it's a win.
Yeah, I think Philly regresses a little bit as well. And the end of their last season was catastrophic. I don't think it's going to be that bad. but you also got to remember the Eagles came out like what 8-1 or some bullshit like that last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they were. They were on fire to start the year last year, and then steeply took a nosedive. I don't think it's gonna be that severe, but I do think they take a step back, especially without Kelsey and Hassan
They
Reddick.
also lost Cox
And Hassan Reddick. So I think they win. The Bengals win this one.
I like this as a win. Week 9, home hosting the Raiders. Pretty easy win.
Yeah.
Week 10 at Baltimore. So
split. Yeah.
Week 11, going out to LA to play the Chargers.
Over. Win.
I think it's a pretty easy win. I mean, the Chargers defense could be good, but again, a lot of those guys are older. You know, they got names, but do they still have the juice?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a closer game than you think, but I would still take a win there for the Bengals.
Probably the best buy in the entire NFL, Week 12 buy. That's just my opinion. But Week 13 versus the Steelers, I think they get both.
Yep.
Week 14 at Dallas. I want to give them a loss here just because against the other two like non-division powerhouses that they're playing, we've given them wins. And I think they lose at least one of those three.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
And this could be a win. It could end up being a loss to Kansas City or Philly, but just to cover bases, I think we give them one here. Week 15 at Tennessee should be a win. Tennessee's going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year.
I'm giving them a loss at Tennessee.
Okay.
I think that's a weird game.
I don't want to talk about Tennessee at all.
Give me 2017 Titans.
Tennessee hurts Tyler's head. So week 16 versus Cleveland, we gave them a split. Week 17 versus the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to be one of the worst teams. I think it's a easy win. It'll be a Bo Nix game, though. Week 18 at Pittsburgh.
Might not matter.
I was about to say, we said we don't want to have them split with them. Yeah. But we only have 3 losses here. If they have 3 losses coming in here,
like that wins the division easy. You're resting your starters.
Yeah.
Or you're resting them for a half.
Now, of course, I mean, we're giving them a win against Philly, a win against the Chiefs, and splitting with the Ravens. But like the rest of the schedule is not good.
Right. No, well, I gave them a loss to the Titans. Like
their schedule is not good. I think it's a very easy over, even if they lose to the Steelers here. Like I'm
100%. I'm looking at that. What are they plus 165 for the division?
I have them at 13-4.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
So one of 19 out of the last 21 years, a team has gone worst to first in their division, and really the only 2 teams liable to do it this year are the Bears or the Bengals, and the Bengals.
The Bengals were the worst in their division last year.
Well, yes, Joey B got hurt.
Burrow got hurt.
Or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jake
Browning played well too, but I think the Bengals win this division.
I think this is an easy over for the Bengals. I really do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus, again, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. Joe Burrow, his rookie year, gets hurt, comes back. They go to the Super Bowl. He got hurt last year. Super Bowl run inbound. The plus 165 is a fucking lock. Hammer it.
Bears Bengals would be hot.
Dude, that'd be so fucking cool.
Not as hot as Bears Bills.
Fuck off, John. Eat shit.
Wait. You just wait till we do the AFC East. I'm gonna turn you around.
You're not.
I will.
Let's go ahead and move to these Ravens after we're taking a Bengal over.
Again, plus 145. Over under is also 10.5. The difference is the Bengals got the 4th place schedule. The Ravens got the 1st place schedule. So there's gonna be a lot fucking harder. Week 1 at Kansas City. I think it's a loss.
I think so too, because it's banner night for Kansas City.
It is banner night. It's Thursday night football. It's season opener. Lots of reasons. Week 2 versus the Raiders. I think it's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Week 3 in Dallas. That's gonna be
I think they beat Dallas. I do.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Dallas is I mean, they're a 12-5 team, but like, fuck. They seem to not win the big ones. And this is a big one.
Hey, John. Week 4, Buffalo goes into Baltimore. How do you feel?
We are Josh Allen's 3-1 against the Ravens in his career. I like the Bills.
I like those. Those are numbers. You can't argue numbers.
Hard to argue those numbers.
One was a playoff game.
Which one was the loss? Was it the playoff game?
No, it was the year. It was a 24-17 loss. I think it was in 2019. It was at Baltimore.
Josh's second year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's young Josh Allen. That's before he was good. Give it to Josh.
Yeah.
Give it to Josh and the Bills. That's a loss for the Ravens. Week 5 in Cincinnati. We said they split, so just throw a loss on here somewhere. Week 6 versus the Commanders. It's at home, so Lamar's ACL and Derek's ACL are safe. I think it's a win.
Forgot they got Derrick Henry. God damn, man.
Yeah, behind that line.
Yeah, that. Lamar, Henry, Mark Andrews. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, go ahead and give that as a win to the Ravens.
Yep.
Week 7, in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Is Baker gonna do a little bacon here and figure it out?
Nah.
Not in this game.
No, I agree. I don't think so either. Week 8 at Cleveland. We gave Cleveland a split.
Yeah, I still think this is a split here.
I agree.
I think only one of the teams goes 4-2, and I think I like the Bengals a little more than the Ravens. The Ravens find themselves in some dogfights.
They do. They do that. Week 9 versus Denver.
W. Denver's just going to get shit kicked this year. Holy fuck. The schedule makers hated Denver.
Week 10, Cincinnati, we gave them a split. Week 11 at Pittsburgh. I think they take both.
Yeah, they take both.
Yeah, I think that's more likely than not.
Week 12, traveling to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. I think it's a win.
Monday Night Football.
Week 13, I believe this is home against Philly.
Yeah, I think that's a win.
I think that's a win too.
Yeah, I'm fine giving them a win.
Who's next?
Sorry, I lost my spot. 14's a bye week. Week 15 at the Giants. Win. You guys are low on the Giants. I'm high on the Giants.
No way, bro.
Yeah, I'm good. That one's gonna be Ravens.
Their fucking first round pick hated himself when he got drafted.
I don't know about all that. I think he was pretty excited from Hard Knocks. Week 16, Pittsburgh. We give them both.
Yep.
17 at Houston. I'm giving this one to the Texans.
I'm giving that to Baltimore. Just because I remember doing the AFC South and I gave the Texans a loss.
God, that's going to be a fucking awesome game to watch.
Or did I give that to Houston?
Coming into this game, based off everything we've done so far, they're on an 8-game win streak. Baltimore is.
I don't think they win this one in Houston. I don't
either. I don't. Houston's got a hell of a fucking schedule too.
Who does Baltimore have in their secondary now? They got the kid out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, Kyle
Hamilton. Hamilton. There's still a lot of secondary players that are out there that could get picked up. But
let's see.
They kill the draft every year too.
Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams is their free safety. Brandon Stevens, or it has to be Stevens. It's got to be. I don't know. Sounds like they can get kind of picked on though.
I mean,
they got Roquan in the middle though, and Kyle Van Noy.
My thing when it comes to Texans is there's a lot of options that defense has to cover. And the Ravens defense is good, but Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs,
Stephon Diggs will be injured by them.
Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon. I think
And
the Texans
CJ's
get that.
legs.
Yeah, I think the Texans get that one, especially at home.
Week 18 versus the Browns.
Win.
Gave them a split. I have them at 12-5.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
that sounds good to me.
So that's the over.
That's an over with notable wins at
That's
Dallas.
with a loss to Buffalo too.
Yeah, a loss to Buffalo,
Yeah.
a win in Dallas. The win is in Dallas. Splitting with the Bengals, a win versus Philly. Yeah, I think it's an over. I think, especially if we got them at 12, so they got a loss to play with there.
And realistically, like they could beat Buffalo or Houston.
Yeah.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you tired of the same old boring shirts? Well, we've got something exciting for you. Introducing the Tavern Sports Pocket Tee, where style meets passion for the game. Whether you're a diehard fan or just like the environment, Tavern Sports has got you covered, literally. The best part, because you're listening to Show Me the Money, you can use the code $$ to get 15% off today. So what are you waiting for? Head over to tavern-sports.square.site right now and elevate your game day experience. Tavern Sports. Beer, betting, sports.
All right, UFC 305, headlined by Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya. But we're, of course, not starting there. I'm going to drag you fuckers into the weeds, and we're going to start with the early prelims. John, who you got in this first one?
All right. I don't have the card pulled up. Hang on. I highlighted 3 prelim fights. None of them were the first one. So go ahead.
Okay. In the first one, I am taking very chalky here, Stuart Nicole over Jesus Aguilar, because betting on the first fight of the night is always fun. And where do you have your next one at? Because I'm light on the prelim card here.
I've got something for Song Kanan and Ricky Glenn.
Okay.
Song Kanan, I have him at -185. I like Song Kanan money line. Ricky Glenn's coming off 2 straight knockout losses. Song Kanan's not like super elite at anything, but he's got pretty crisp boxing. I like him. I like him in this one. -185 is like a prelim parlay piece. Only guy to ever score a knockdown against fucking Ian Gary. So
I'm against you here. I will be on Ricky Glenn. So we'll see how that one goes. I don't like when we put our dukes up against each other, John.
I think you're 0-4 when we go head to head, but hey, that's
that do be life sometimes. So guys got my number. What's the next early card you got?
So the next one I have, I'm jumping all the way up to Josh Culibao and Ricardo Ramos. I don't know if you have anything for Casey O'Neill, Luana Santos, or Jack Jenkins or Herbert Burns. I'm actually
going to be taking Casey O'Neill as a slight dog against Luana Santos. Don't love taking a female underdog because the female fights are hard anyway. But I will be on Casey O'Neill.
That this year the female favorites are winning at a 72% clip.
Yeah. So this is a short dog though, +120. So I will be on that one. And Jack Jenkins at -750 is just unplayable. Yeah, so I would be there, except Herbert Burns is fucking terrible. This guy's coming off of 4 losses, I think all by knockout. Like the fact that he still has a spot on the roster is kind of incredible to me. So I'm going to take Jack Jenkins in that one, probably by knockout. But that line is probably, Jack Jenkins by KO, TKO is -210. That could be parlayable, but other than that, I wouldn't lay anything on that fight.
I mean, so really looking at the first 5 fights, I mean, to remove Song Kanan or Ricky Glenn, you could go like a chalk Aussie parlay and then add Casey O'Neill at like either at +120. Because because you'll get Nicole at minus 235, Tom Nolan at minus 1,300, which is crazy. Jenkins at minus 800, and then throw Casey O'Neill in at plus 120. I mean, it's a Australian card for sure. Not a bad way to start the night, in my opinion. But 4-leg UFC parlays are always super risky too. Anything can happen. But
yeah. By the way, this card is in Perth, Australia, so a lot of Aussie fighters. But taking 4 of them to start the night, I mean, get the card going right way would be fun, but probably not a whole lot of value there in that. What did that 4-legger come out to?
I didn't put it in. I'm guessing probably somewhere in like the plus 280 range, just so you have a plus 120 in there and a minus 235.
Actually, it's plus 338. Plus 338.
Honestly, that's not terrible. I don't hate it.
You said your next one was on Ramos, or no?
No, so the next fight I have is Josh Culibao and Ricardo Ramos. I'm all over Culibao minus 155.
Okay.
Parlay piece.
Gotcha. I'm also on Culibao. And then I have nothing in the next one with Tafa and Walker. That's going to be
this next one. Junior Tafa, Walter Walker. I didn't know this. Walter Walker is Johnny Walker's half brother. Not that that means anything. I just learned this today. Junior Tafa has a pretty large Australian following. And I think it's enough, him and his brother both, to kind of influence that line a little bit. But if you look at the size of these guys, so Walter Walker is 6'6" with a 78-inch reach. And he has like
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, he's got an 80% like takedown accuracy, and Junior Tafa just cannot defend takedowns. They have Walter Walker as a plus 105 dog right now, and I'm all over that. I don't like this one as a parlay piece because I think either way you bet this could break your parlay, but I like Walter Walker as an underdog. And it's also worth noting 6 out of 8 of Walker's last fights hit the over 1.5 rounds, which for heavyweight is kind of ridiculous, especially given the size of this guy. So I like the over there, but I like Walter Walker as an underdog.
Yeah. But what you said about how this is a parlay killer is exactly why I'm off of it. I just have no idea one. So, because fucking Junior Tafa was able to take down Muhammad Usman. So,
but in a fight that he lost.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I'm staying the fuck away from this one. Let's get into some better fights.
All right, main card. So first one, Li Jingliang versus Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates is going to absolutely kill Li Jingliang. Carlos Prates fights out of Fighting Nerds, who's been on an absolute tear recently. They've killed my last couple of locks, and I refuse to bet against them. I think Carlos Prates, he's won his last 5 fights by KO TKO. I'm all over Prates. He's minus 390, which isn't great. If you take him by KO TKO, he's plus 100. He doesn't have a submission win since 2016. Give me Prates by knockout. I think this is Li Jingliang's coming off a 1.5 year layoff. I don't think he gets a win here.
So I took Carlos Prates on KO TKO or points in the double chance because I will be using this as a parlay piece. That's minus 290, but I really am more so banking on the KO rather than the points. But his opponent isn't the most easy guy to finish.
No, Li Jingliang's a really good fighter. I just think coming off the layoff and you're fighting a guy like Prates, that's a tough match to come back to.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna save myself with the double chance. In case
what do you have the double chance at? Minus
290.
It's a little better.
Yeah. All right, take us to the next one.
Next one, Tai Tuivasa versus Jarinzo Rosenstrike. I like Rosenstrike. He's minus 220. Rosenstrike by KO TKO is minus 140. I think Ty's coming off a crazy losing streak. He got knocked out by Cyril Gane, knocked out by Sergey Spivak. He just got knocked out by, I don't even remember. It wasn't that long ago.
I'm with you on this one. I think
Tybura knocked him out. Like Volkov Ty's on a down skid. He's popular because he does shoeies, and I don't think he gets back in the win column on Saturday.
I'm right there with you.
Next one, Matutes Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. This is an interesting one. So Gamrot's a minus 350 favorite. He's put together a pretty impressive last 4 fight wins. Most notably, probably Rafael Fiziev, who did tear his ACL during the fight. So score that one any way you want. Happened in the second round. Dan Hooker, I'm not a big Dan Hooker fan. I don't think he's very good anymore. He did beat Jalen Turner in, I think it was a split decision. I like this one to go the distance. It's minus 230 to go the distance. If you take Gamrot by decision, it's minus 135. This is another one I'm kind of leaving out of a parlay. I don't see Dan Hooker winning this fight, but Gamrot at minus 350 I don't think is good value either, so I'm staying away.
So the reason this fight is interesting is Dan Hooker will pressure Gamrot, which is kind of what everybody's been wanting. And I agree with you. I think this one does go the distance. However, because I'm a scared bitch, and this is another leg of my parlay, I will be taking Gamrot double chance on KO or on points at minus 190 rather than the minus 135 on points alone. I'll lay the extra juice for the KO TKO prop in there as well.
I like it. All right, next one, Kai Kara France versus Steve Urseg. So Kara France is a plus 140 underdog. Steve Urseg is a minus 170 favorite. This is probably, I'm going to bet this tonight. Urseg has got to be a whale play here. He's levels above Kai Kara France. I think you see this line close. Urseg's going to be minus 210, minus 220. Urseg's coming off the loss against Pantoja. He's like the number 10 contender at 125, and he got a title shot back in April or May. He's so much bigger than Kara France. He's so tall for 125. He's so well-rounded where I'd want to do a double chance on Urseg, but you just never know how he's going to win the fight. I could see him getting a sub. I could see him knocking him out, and I could see this thing going the distance. I like Urseg money line. I'd lock him, but he's minus 170, so I can't. This is going to be a multi-unit play for me on Urseg money line.
Yeah, I'm throwing Urseg money line into the same parlay that I have with Protest and Gamrot by double chance. But for the same reason you said, I don't know how this one will end, so I'm just going to take the money line as is and enjoy it.
Yep, right there with you. All right, main event, Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. So this is an interesting one. I like Adesanya in this fight. The line, I have Dricus at minus 105, Izzy at minus 115, so almost a pick 'em. I think Adesanya as a as a challenger is dangerous. He struggled against Sean Strickland. He struggled with the pressure. And I think you're going to see du Plessis try to come out and pressure Izzy the same way Sean did. I don't think Izzy's bad enough to lose 2 fights in a row like that. I think Izzy probably gets back on track here. I like Adesanya moneyline. I'm not sure he's going to knock out Dricus. Love him at minus 115. I mean, double chance isn't even worth it. Actually, I think the books have him at minus 122 moneyline, and then double chance KO, TKO, or decision is minus 120. So there's no way he's going to get a submission. I don't know. I like Adesanya. I don't think Dricus can match the striking. Izzy's pretty good at maintaining his distance and giving enough looks where he can kind of mitigate getting taken down. I mean, Robert Whittaker couldn't really take him down. Izzy has 2 wins against Whittaker. I just don't think the ground game for Dricus plays much of a factor here. So I like Izzy money line.
I'm also with you on Izzy. I think the only reason Izzy lost the belt to Strickland was because he was in a stage of not caring. Whereas he has a lot of hate towards Dreykus. So I think you're actually going to see a fired up Izzy here.
That's where I am. I think Izzy's going to be so focused, and I wouldn't. I'm kind of expecting this to go the distance, but if you told me Izzy first round finish runs through Dreykus, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest.
Yeah, I'm going to take Izzy on the money line as well. I am putting it out there, though, like with the losses to Strickland and Pereira, I think if Izzy loses this one, he's going to spiral a little bit. I think Izzy's still really good, but if he somehow loses this one, I think he spirals. And so actually Izzy was the last leg of my 4-leg parlay. That's Adesanya money line, Usyk money line, and then Gamrot and Protest double chance, KO, TKO, or points.
What's that?
I'm gonna have to type it back in for you because it.
Okay, I like that.
I just screenshotted that, but again, 4-leggers are dangerous. So
yeah. I try not to get too much above like plus 250 for UFC parlays, just because it's so.
Because you don't like money.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Hold on, I'm typing the last leg of this in for you, and I'll be able to tell you. That would be Gamrot. So that's a 4-legger at plus 490.
Not bad. It's really not bad.
So, you got any special props or anything you want us to watch for here, John? Or are you ready to wrap this one?
Not really. I kind of got into them. The method of victories that I liked, I talked about. So I think I'm good.
All right, let's get back into the football action here. Josh, take us away.
Yeah, sounds good. We're going to do NFC West. Sorry, Clark, we tried putting it off for you as long as we could, but you didn't want to show up like 3 weeks in a row, so I don't know what the fuck to tell you about.
What a bitch.
Or like 4 weeks in a row. I don't even know. We're going to go top down on this one like normal. Your favorites, obviously, the 49ers at minus 190, the Rams plus 330, Seahawks plus 700, and the Cardinals plus 1,300. Clark, probably best you're not here. Week 1, the 49ers over under is 11.5, so it's quite a few. Week 1 versus the Jets. At least it's in San Francisco. It's definitely going to be a tester to open it up.
I like the 49ers in this one. I think it was kind of cruel. The NFL put Aaron Rodgers on Monday Night Football again for the second straight opening Monday Night Football. Yeah, but it's not
on shitty MetLife turf, so he should be okay.
That's true. You'd think, I'd hope, but
I'm pretty sure.
I like the 49ers.
I'm pretty sure Candlestick's natural gas.
This one. What's that?
I'm pretty sure Candlestick's natural grass. So,
is it still called Candlestick?
Yeah, they haven't moved. I mean, maybe, or it's Levi's now.
There you go.
Right. Levi's now. Sorry, I don't keep up with
I didn't know.
I didn't know
what it was called. I just knew it wasn't Candlestick. You could have made up Levi's, and I'm just taking your word for it.
No, it's definitely Levi's. Yeah, I like the win week 1.
I like the win here too. I like
week 2 at Minnesota. JJ McCarthy going down for the season, announced earlier yesterday.
And yesterday.
And Jay Jettas fucked up his ankle or his calf or something.
No, Jordan Addison.
Or Addison fucked up his ankle or something.
Yeah, he got
today or yesterday. So week 2 I think it's a pretty easy win. Week 3 versus the Rams. If Tyler and Cole were paying attention, I'm sure they'd be throwing a fit that I have this marked as a loss.
I have that as a loss too.
They are 2-9 head-to-head against the Rams since 2019.
Yeah.
They cannot beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Sean McVay has Kyle Shanahan's number.
Yeah. No, give him a loss. I'm right there with you. Patriots win.
It's a win. Week 5, Cardinals, I'm fine giving them a win.
I'm giving them a win there too.
I'm gonna check the Seahawks record head-to-head with the Niners real quick.
I'm thinking the Seahawks for some reason I'm picturing like those neon green jerseys in this one, which I feel like is always a bad look. That's just me.
So they haven't lost to the Seahawks since 2021. So
Yeah, so that's a Thursday night Seahawks game. So you know they're busting out the lime green booger jerseys. Yeah, 49ers take that.
add the stat against the Rams backwards. They fucking own the Rams.
But you know what? The tables are turning this year. That's what I think.
How the turntables turn.
How the turntables.
All right,
Yeah.
Tyler, to catch you up because I'm pretty sure you weren't around. We have a week 1 win against the Jets, week 2 win against the Vikings. Week 3, we feel a loss coming to the Rams. Week 4 win against the Patriots. Week 5 a win against the Cardinals. We're at week 6 at Seattle.
So you have them at 5-1 in the losses to the Rams.
Yes.
Correct.
I don't think I necessarily agree with the loss to the Rams, but I don't know if they start 6-0. So I'm fine with them being at 5-1.
At Seattle, and new offensive coaching staff, new head coach.
I think it's the fucking same old. I don't think Seattle's defense is going to be able to stop them.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw a Geno regression last year. I think that continues this year as well. Week 7 versus the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs beat the Niners. I mean, that's what the numbers say.
Chiefs are going to win that
I think
game.
Here I'm opposite though. I think the Niners win this one, and the Chiefs hold their shit close to the chest and save the win for the Super Bowl.
So the Niners win their Week 7 Super Bowl is what you're saying?
I do.
That would have them at 6-1.
I'm giving them the loss because they have to lose a game somewhere.
Where's
where
it at? Is it at Arrowhead?
No, it's in Levi Stadium.
It'll be a fun one to watch.
Week 8 versus Dallas. They haven't lost to Dallas since 2020.
That'd be such a fun game, dude.
I think the numbers don't lie. Give it to
the Niners.
Who's next on their schedule?
Sorry, I was yelling at dogs. Week 9's a bye. I think they win that one.
Win.
Week 10 at Tampa. Feels like a win.
Feels like a win.
Don't be surprised, though, if Tampa does do this one. Like, Tampa's always fucking up something, and it's going to be my parlay in Week 10 when I pick the 49ers.
Week 11 versus the Seahawks.
Win.
Yeah.
Week 12 at Green Bay. I want to give them a loss here just for the fact that I feel like they have to have a loss eventually.
I think Green Bay gets them.
Yeah.
And it's on the road, and it's at that time of year where Green Bay starts getting cold. And
Yeah. I think Green Bay gets them.
I think that's a really gritty game. I think that's gonna be a fucking insane one to watch.
Week 13, staying in the cold weather, going to visit the Buffalo Bills.
I mean, you gave them a loss to Green Bay. I think you got to give them a loss to Buffalo.
I don't.
Sunday night, sorry. December 1st.
I'll give them one for the pure fact that I feel. I mean, even giving them one here, I think they're still easily going to go over. So just for the argument of finding losses on the schedule, I kind of want to give them one here.
What's the line at?
11.5.
Oh yeah, give them a loss.
And John, you and I both know there could be a foot of snow on the ground, or it could be 70 degrees on December 1st.
Right. Yeah.
So
we don't know what we're getting.
Now, if you could guarantee me that it's going to be 22 degrees with 15-mile-an-hour winds and 5 inches of snow,
yeah,
then it's the Bills all day.
That'll be when Matt Milano comes back too.
There you go.
Yeah.
For his bicep. Yesterday, he's out for 10 weeks probably.
You don't need your fucking bicep.
I'm just telling you, I'm so down on the Bills because they got rid of every fucking leader on that team besides Milano and Allen. And Milano's hurt, and Allen is going to be just lone dicking it out there all fucking year long.
We'll see.
All year.
Milano was out for the season after week 3 last year. People forget.
And yes, and
so was Tre'Davious White.
He's such a difference maker. I am the biggest Matt Milano fan on the planet. If there's 1,000 people rooting for him, I'm leading them. If there's only one person leading them, it is me. And if nobody likes Matt Milano anymore, I am dead. Okay? Matt Milano should be a Bear. Love that.
Tyler's a big Matt Milano guy.
We gave you Tremaine Edmonds. Just take him and love him. He's a liability in the pass average, but just
he costs too much money. TJ Edwards way better on like a tenth of the contract.
Milano, I'll keep Milano. It's fine. He'll be back. He'll be good.
Week 14, home against our Bears. I think it's a loss for the Bears. I think it's a win for the Niners. It hurts.
I don't know. I'm going to give San Francisco 3 straight losses. Because you know what? I gave him a loss to the Bills. I got to give him a loss to the Bears. Not playing favorites here.
If the preseason Bears show up, everyone's fucked.
Yeah, right.
The
49ers are beating the Bears.
No,
okay.
I agree.
No, you see that? Did you see that pass, Caleb? It was just a little.
Yeah, it was a little Jordan pass. Or are you talking about the flick to DeAndre?
No, the little when he was about to get sacked and just kind of still a little.
Yeah, the flip to DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
It was a screenplay, just so you know. They were supposed to be there, so
it was really cute though. I love
the line didn't fall apart. The defensive line was supposed to be in Caleb's face. It's okay.
It was cute. Did you see Caleb waving when he walked out of the tunnel? He did the little princess wave.
No, I didn't see that.
I'll send
Week 15, hosting the Rams, give them a dub. Week 16 in Miami, cross-country trip.
That's a 49ers win.
Yeah. 49ers going to win that game.
Week 17 versus Detroit.
Fun one, 49ers win.
49ers lose.
I think it's a Detroit dub.
I don't think so.
Too bad you're outvoted.
What's that, 5 losses?
Week 18 at Arizona. I have 6, which would put them at the under, but of course there's a loss to the fucking Rams in there.
Yeah.
And like a loss to the Bills, loss to the Packers. Yeah. Like I would say they have 2 kind of like locked in losses with the Lions and the Chiefs.
I think this team goes over. You got to remember 3 of their losses last year came in a row and they were injury hindered during that time. So
what was their record last year?
They were the 1 seed, weren't they?
I think they only lost 4.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I don't know. I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. I don't know.
They were the 1 seed, right? Or was the NFC Championship in Detroit? No. Was it in Detroit? I don't remember. I remember Detroit collapsing. I don't remember.
They were 12-5 last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and 3 of those losses came in
they had like a loss against like Minnesota and then. Yeah.
All right. I'm fine with the over. I don't have an issue with the over.
I'll give them give them the over. Give them the over.
Rams over under 8.5. Week 1 at the Lions, not a fucking shot.
Loss.
Week 2 at the Cardinals. Week 3 at the 49ers.
Loss. No, we give them a win. Win. Rams win.
I think the Rams
won. They're in first place week 3.
I think the Rams beat the Cardinals.
I agree. Did we say loss?
We moved on. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So 1 and 2 after week 3.
Yeah, week 4 going into Chicago, the new look Bears. Everyone likes the Rams here, and I'm against the Rams. Call me a fucking homer. I don't care. Like the new look Bears are real.
My only question is, we still need to shore up our secondary, and there's a chance that Puka
Nacua, the best secondary in the league.
You might be smoking crack with that.
What? We have the best cornerback in the league. Kevin Byard is a strict upgrade over Eddie Jackson. Jaquan Brisker lays the fucking hammer. Kyler Gordon coming into his 2nd year, or maybe 3rd year, I don't remember. 2nd or 3rd year, he's a great slot guy. I mean, he's not amazing, but he's pretty good. And Tyreek Stevenson looked amazing last year at the second half of the season. He was pretty bad the first half, but he's a rookie getting picked on. You'll have that. Our secondary is fucking locked down. Our D-line sucks.
our secondary can't be considered locked down when we let Jettas and Amon-Ra run all over us consistently week in and week out. And I'm telling you, Puka and Cooper Kupp are going to be an issue, but I do think the Bears could win that game. I want the Bears
We'll
to win
make up for it.
It's a Bears dub.
We'll
Week
make up for it.
Week 5, the Packers are going out to LA.
I
Loss.
think that's a loss. Yeah.
Packers win that
I
one.
also think it's a loss. I think they are 2-3 going into the bye.
Yep.
Week 6 bye. Week 7, they get a win versus the Raiders. Week 8, they get a win versus the Vikings. So coming out of the bye hot.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
fucking back. The Rams are back. Aaron Donald, fucking who didn't need him, don't want him.
Bold.
It's a joke. Week 9 at Seattle. I think they split with Seattle.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Week 10, home hosting the Dolphins. I like Tua here.
I like Tua and the over.
Yeah, Tua and Tyreek in a dome is going to be fun. And yes, over. There might be 800 passing yards in that game.
Another 70-pointer for the Dolphins, maybe. Week 11 at the Patriots. That's a pretty easy win, if you ask me.
Win.
Week 12 at the Eagles. Hosting the Eagles. Hosting the Eagles.
I think that's an L. I do.
I think that's a loss.
I agree. I think it's also a loss.
Agreed.
Week 13 at the Saints.
Win.
I think the Saints could be a sneaky one here. I think it's going to be a gritty game, low scoring, under.
Yeah. I still like the Rams, though.
Saints defense at home is good, but the Saints lack of offense. And this is week what?
13. Pretty late in the year.
So absolutely no chance we're seeing Alvin Kamara in this game.
He'll probably be suspended.
No.
So I think the Rams win this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints did.
Who do the Saints play in the week before this?
No idea. Why does that matter?
Because if it's the Bucks, Marshawn Lattimore will be suspended. Tell me I'm fucking wrong, dude. It's the Browns. Marshawn Lattimore will not be suspended.
He's going to get his lunch money stole by Amari Cooper, though.
Maybe.
Who's a bum, by the way.
He is a bum. Tyler, what do you think on the Saints?
I think they beat the Saints, but I'm telling you in week 13, I'm not fucking betting on that game.
Yeah, so we'll give them a win. Week 14 versus the Bills.
Loss.
Yeah, loss. I think Josh Allen, is that at the Rams?
It's at the Rams. Yeah, Josh Allen gets a reprieve
loss.
from the cold air.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen is able to run wild on that turf. So I think that's a
Higgins
loss.
is a fucking bill at this point in time because the Bengals traded him at the deadline and nothing. You don't get excited for T. Higgins there, John?
I don't think the Bengals would ever trade T. Higgins to the Bills just because that barrier they have to run through later in the playoffs.
Week 15 at the 49ers. That's a loss. Week 16 at the Jets.
Loss.
That's going to be a fucking cold one. That's a loss.
Yeah, that's a loss.
If Aaron Rodgers is there playing, that's a loss.
Week 17 versus the Cardinals.
Win. I think they win out and somehow get a wild card.
So this
They're
puts them at
9-8
8.
wild card team.
This puts them right at 8 and 9.
Yeah. I have 8 losses somehow. I don't know.
I don't think you're seeing them in the wild card here.
I had them at 9 and 8, so I
have them at 8 and 9, but that's splitting with the Niners. And like all their losses are pretty chalky. I mean, they could steal one definitely somewhere.
I think this is a stay away until we see what their defense is going to look like. Their offense should be fine.
I'm inclined to agree. I think the NFC North is going to be pretty rough for them.
Yeah, I would think so too. John, to your point of them being a wild card team, so how many get in now? 7?
7.
7.
So I mean, like your 7 seed's probably 9 and 8.
It's the 4 division winners.
Yeah.
Two teams for sure are coming out of the North.
Yeah.
For sure.
You're getting 2 teams out of the East.
Cowboys and Eagles. So that's one spot for the Rams.
The Bears and the Packers, really.
No, I'm saying the Packers and Lions make it regardless. Those are the 2 NFC North teams. But it's the Rams, the Bears. Who's the NFC?
I think the Seahawks. Oh, sorry. There's Week 18 versus Seahawks too. That was on the next page.
Why can't I think of the NFC South right now? Who's in it?
The Falcons. That's who's coming out of there. No one else is coming out of there.
No. Yeah, they're only getting a champion. So I guess the Rams are viable for the 7th.
That's what I mean. If they're 9 and 8,
I think the last two playoff slots are going to be between the Bears, the Packers, and this Rams squad, and maybe the Seahawks.
See,
but you're only gonna get 1 from the North and 1 from the West. You're not gonna get 2 from either.
I think you might get 2 from the North.
No, Josh is saying you're not going to have 3 total NFC North teams in the playoffs.
Correct.
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. The Rams will be vying. I'm on this train now. The Rams will be vying for the 7 seed.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I'm actually okay with that statement. If their defense is worth a fuck. Who we got next? Seahawks or the Cardinals?
Well, did we get? I'm officially on a stay away.
I'm on a stay away. I have them at 9 and 8.
Yeah, I'm on. I think it's two 9 and 8, 8 and 9 team. Like
sharp line.
Yeah.
And next is the Seahawks plus 700 over under 7.5. They get 2 wins off the bat going in or hosting Denver and then going into New England. I think those are 2 bye weeks for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Week 3 hosting Miami.
Loss.
Yeah. Week 4 going in to Detroit.
Loss.
Week 5 hosting the Giants.
Win.
W.
Week 6 hosting the 49ers. Loss. Week 7 at this new look Atlanta squad. I like Atlanta.
I like Atlanta. I can be talking to Atlanta.
I'm good with Atlanta there.
Week 8 versus the Bills. Do the Bills lose any games to the AFC or NFC West?
They definitely are going to lose to the 49ers, but
primetime Josh.
With no supporting cast. He's going to be out there with a fucking harmonica in his mouth. And
he didn't have a supporting cast last year when they went like 7-1 down the stretch.
Dance, monkey, dance, 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 dance. That's all Josh Allen's going to do.
This is a non-factor after Joe Brady took over. It was Dalton Kincaid and friggin' Khalil Shakir.
Actually, their rushing offense when he took over was like the best in the country.
James Cook was sick.
James Cook could carry this team. I do forget about
that kid from Kentucky too.
Let James Cook. Week 9 versus the Rams. I think they split with the Rams.
Yeah, I'm fine with a split with the Rams.
Week 10 bye week, pretty good bye week. Week 11 at San Francisco. I think it's another loss.
Yep.
Week 12 hosting the Cardinals. I think it's a win.
Yep.
Week 13 at the Jets.
Loss. 12-1 loss.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, you guys outvote me. I'm on the fence there. Week 14 at the Cardinals. I gave the Cardinals a win here just to give them a win in the division because otherwise they aren't going to get one.
I'm good with that.
Oh, damn, I've been talking this whole time and I've been on mute. That's crazy.
That does suck.
I just said no, fuck them. Don't give them that win. Absolutely not. They don't deserve it.
Week 15 versus the Packers.
Loss.
It's fine. Week 16 versus the Vikings is a win.
Win.
Week 17, the day after Christmas, at Chicago.
Loss.
It's a loss.
Loss.
Week 18, finishing out at the Rams.
Loss.
Loss.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
What do you got him at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That sounds like a lot
Just-
of losses.
Just letting you know, John, this is what Josh Allen's going to be doing all year long. Just fucking running for his life with no defensive support. Just the monkey clapping his little cymbals together.
The defense is going to be fine.
They're not.
I don't
You're
know where
wrong.
you're getting this from.
So
Did the-
12 and 5, but that was with 2 losses to the Rams. If we have them split with the Rams, then they're 6 and 11.
POV Josh Allen this year. Dude's going to be fucking.
He's going to win MVP.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'd take a step back there, big fella.
Wait till we
like-
do the East. I'll turn everybody around.
I
Turn
like the
everyone
under.
around.
You've been trying for 4 years. How many times has it happened?
Well, I'm not saying we're not doing anything. We're going to lose in the divisional round. Maybe the wild
Yeah.
card, but it's,
That's not an MVP caliber player right there.
well, he's
I turned that
Still
train
on
around.
should have
I
won
hit the
MVP.
brakes. I hit the
Should've
brakes
won.
on that.
Should have won it last year.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Because
I'm an avid Josh Allen hater. I'm an avid Josh Allen hater.
And you're a Pittsburgh fan, so it checks out.
I'm what the fuck?
No, he's a Bears fan.
No, he's a Bears
thought he was a
fan. Max
Pittsburgh
is
fan.
a. I like the under.
Yeah, I'm good with the under there.
All right, Cardinals last one over under 7.5. They're like plus 1,300 or some shit like that. Starting at
Dogs.
Buffalo, it's a loss. Week 2 versus hosting the Rams.
Loss.
Week 3, hosting the Lions is a loss.
Loss.
Week 4, hosting the Commanders, I think, is a win.
Win.
Yeah.
Week 5 and week 6 on the road, one's against the 49ers, one's against the Packers. I think those are both losses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good with it.
There's 6.
Week 7 versus the Chargers.
I think that's a dub.
That could be a win.
Win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give them that one as a win.
Is
Week
that
8,
like at a weird location? That's like a 9 p.m. start. I don't know why. State? No, I guess it's not. That's weird. Never
Week-
mind.
week
Going
8
out
at
towards
Miami.
It's East. It's West Coast. That's why it says 9 p.m. start for us.
still
It's a 6
bizarre.
p.m. game. It's a 6 p.m. game.
Usually it's like 8:25 though. 8:20. 9 p.m. is wild.
Yeah.
Week 8 at Miami.
I think they could beat Miami.
They could beat
No, I
Miami.
don't know.
This is
I don't think it-
this is a very Miami game to lose, just like Tennessee. Week 9 hosting the Bears.
Loss.
Yeah, I think it's a loss, a little bit
Yeah.
homey, but
There's your
Week
under,
two-
by the way.
Week 10 hosting the Jets. I think it's a loss.
Yep. Loss. I think they
Week
split
week
with Seattle.
12 in Seattle. I think they split with Seattle. I
Yep.
think they finally get to an easy part in their schedule. Week 13, the Vikings is a win.
Yep.
Week 14, Seattle. Again, we split them. Week 15's the Patriots is a win. Week 16's the Panthers, which is a win. Week 17's the Rams. We already called that one a split.
Yep.
And then week 18, the 49ers. The only way they win this is if the Niners are resting literally everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. What are we at? Under.
Way under.
9. So I have them at
No,
I have-
you're
I have
way
8 and 9.
under that.
I have 8 and 9.
How did you fucking pull
How'd you get 8 and
out of your
9?
ass?
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because they win 5 of the last 7.
We literally just cut.
They
Right.
win. They win 5 of the last 7, and then the Commanders, the Chargers, we all had as wins, and then Miami is like one of those weird ones.
Hmm.
But like we
Okay.
have them losing to the Bears. Like
That's fine. I don't mind it. It's just I don't think it's gonna happen.
so what do you guys think? Over or under?
I'm inclined to take the under. I don't think the Cardinals are going to be very good.
I'm not touching this one, but I don't think the Cardinals are going to be very good. I lean under.
I lean over. I'm not going to touch it, but I lean over. I mean, Kyler's back. Wait, like that's a factor. He didn't play much last year. They looked decent when he came back. They have Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
I just can't tell you what else really happened to them this year or this offseason.
They have MHJ and James Conner. And who's their tight end? Young guy, Trey McBride.
McBride.
So,
they lost Hollywood.
They're going to be okay. I don't think they're going to be the worst team in football by any means.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think they'll be picking top 5 again.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, boys. So let's get locks and let's get the fuck out of here.
Whoa.
Oh, general note. I don't think we're talking. I mean, unless you guys want to talk preseason, but we're like 2 hours into this thing almost.
Not a shot at season.
I ain't betting it.
If anybody out there is listening to this and is going to bet, just do like the smallest amount of research. There's news everywhere about who is and isn't playing. If one team's playing their starters, the other team isn't, or if they're playing for like a drive and the other team's playing their guys for a half, take the team that's playing their starters. Like common fucking sense.
Ooh. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
All right, let's get to lock of the week. I'm going to give mine first. Give me Israel Adesanya money line -122.
Fucking piece of shit.
Suck my dick, John. Who are you taking?
That was my lock, you asked. No, I don't have any. I don't have anything. Hang on. Save me for the
that was also mine.
Josh,
shit.
You got one?
Give me the Chiefs -7. They're playing their starters the entire first half.
Oh, yeah. Clark said...
Oh, my God. Why?
Because that's what they said they're doing.
Andy Reid always does it.
Because it's the week 2. A lot of starters play week 2 of the preseason.
Clark says he wants Baltimore -1 for his lock.
It's moved to 1.5.
We'll give him 1 because I guarantee it still fits the line.
That's fine. Just putting it out there.
Okay, I got one.
We're waiting.
What do you got?
Give me the Yankees run line against the Tigers tomorrow. Well, at 1.5.
-1.5, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm.
Just you now, Joshy, where we at? Bring us home.
I gave mine.
It's me. So, okay. So I have to stay off of Izzy, correct? I can't take Izzy, method of victory.
I don't remember. Do we allow?
You can do method of victory. I just took him money line.
Well, I would just take him double chance, and he's like -120 double chance, -122 money line.
There you go. That's different than mine.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going Jardinzo Rosenstrike by KOTKO -140.
There you go.
Lock it in.
We like it.
I hope Izzy gets starched.
Well, folks, that's it for this week. We've given you our picks. It's your turn to show me the money.
Show me the money!